God only knows if she's going to or not. Like, it's gonna be, a 50-50. So then I asked her, well, out of your patients that you have treated like this, and that's the protocol, how many of them have actually had kids? And then she's like, well, they're all very little still.
Yeah.
Like, they're all barely becoming adults. And I'm just like, how do you, like, for me, it's like, that doesn't give me like
Like no
nothing.
self.
But for a teenager, all you hear is like, oh, this might be easier on you, or this is less, right? This treatment's going to be less on you, or it's less amount of time versus this one. Oh my God, I really want to get the word out. It's
Some immunotherapies.
Yes. Okay, so that one was an option with chemo tied in, and if not, radiation, just depending what we were looking at. Because even then, we still had no idea. We just knew she had Hodgkin's. We had no idea if it spread, if it didn't, or, I guess whatever else they needed to know out of that to get the actual treatment plan. So we come in and then they're like, okay, she needs a port. What's a port?
Oh yeah, I didn't even know what a port is. I was like, what's a port? And then they came in and they showed me, and I'm like, that's going in my chest.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, it's
it's
for
so big. And I was
She
just
became
like,
Iron Man.
yeah, I did. So when they showed me, I was like, wouldn't it show? And they're like, no, it wouldn't show on you, but on other like little kids, it will show.
Yeah, I just showed.
So I was just like, well, it's gonna be in my chest, so it's gonna be like a little lump.
Right.
No, it didn't really show as much, but I had my surgery. That same week, I started chemo, which going into chemo, I was very scared. I was very nervous. I was like, I literally hold back because we were right there, about to enter the door, and I hold back. I'm like, nope, turn around, let's go home. And I was just like, I'm not doing this. I don't want to take it. Like, I'm not trying to go down this road. Like, it's already hard enough finding out you have cancer, and then the fact that you have to stop going to school, stop being like, in my head, like, stop being a normal kid who doesn't need to be in the hospital. So I was just like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to take chemo. I don't want to do anything. I just want to go back to being normal, how I used to be, where I just play soccer, go to school, hang out with friends. But at the end of the day, I just started thinking about my family and about myself. And then most importantly, I started thinking about my uncle, Angel, and my little cousin, Donovan, because those two are miracle babies as well. So I was like, okay, if they went through it, then I can go through something like this. If they went through hard times in their life, I can get through this.
And they're walking right through it.
So I literally went in, still scared, still nervous. And when I met my nurse, Ebony, she made chemo so much fun. Like, she broke the ice there. Like, first round of chemo, she broke it. She put music on. She was laughing. We were dancing. It was like, that was my whole entire chemo. Dancing, laughing,
Of course,
worshiping.
all the bad in it, but
Yeah.
through the midst
So,
of it, what she remembers is,
yeah, and like, I
That's a
think,
good thing. That's a good nurse.
yeah,
yeah, she was
honestly,
really the
it
best.
was, yeah, interesting because it's, you have to go to treatment. How do you do that? How do you explain you're about to get poison in your body?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's
How
one
do you,
person for a better result.
yeah,
And, as a mom, the one thing I know parents, the one thing parents are never supposed to do is ever think about burying their child. It's like the one thing on earth that parents don't do.
you
So
know,
it's a weird reality when you have to contemplate that.
yeah.
Um, how many, but so you have a port pudding. So how many sessions did you have to go through?
It
Um,
was a total of 8 sessions. No, it was 6 months total. Sorry, it's 6 months total of treatment, and we were going twice a month in a sense.
no, we went not every
Every
day,
other
every
every
other
other
week.
week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
twice
it
a
would be
month
like
basically.
on
How many
Thursday, I
total
would
was it?
go, I don't know, I think it
12
was
total.
12.
12.
Yeah, I thought so. It was right.
Like,
12 rounds.
the math is mathy.
I mean, you just went from twice a
Six to
month to
eight.
every day to every other day to every other week.
We were in the hospital every week, but her treatment was every other day. So to be honest, I can't.
That's more than 12.
I'm
If
sorry, not every other day, every other week. Yes. Okay, there you go. Sorry, every other week. Yeah, we were there 8 hours a day. I don't know exactly how many rounds that was. I would have to do the math for it. It's considered 8 cycles, I believe, but
all right.
two in each, if that makes sense. Eight
Yeah,
total.
I didn't want you to have to go through, um, algebra.
Oh my
Sorry.
God. My
Um,
brain is not brainy today at all.
right, that's all right.
So,
Um, so you're going through and you go through 6 months of chemo, and you have like the world's best nurse. So that's got to be a plus for even you, Mom, because it's a heavy weight,
yeah.
and
Mhm.
if they can take away the heaviness from Adie and just let her live her life and know that she can go in, doesn't really mentally is not messing her up like it would someone else. But were you having like all the side effects? Were you going home and were you lay it, just lay it up and not being able to move or not eating?
Honestly, the one side effect I really hated so much. Well, I hate all of them, but the two most ones was losing my hair, and also when I start eating things, everything tastes like metal. I hate that. Like all my favorite foods, I couldn't eat. Like I couldn't eat steak no more. I couldn't eat like any of my fruit, my
Well, she
favorite
couldn't eat it
foods.
the way she likes it. Let me specify that because
Like
she likes to eat it raw, and she couldn't eat raw meat or any of that because she had no immune
Raw
system.
steak?
Well, she
like
likes it medium
medium rare.
rare, pretty raw.
No, rare or medium rare is okay. Raw is like that's not
That's
healthy
not
with or without
okay.
cancer.
No, she's yeah, but
No.
you'll be surprised. She likes to eat
What
her
part of
steak.
Mexico are you from? Is now what we really need to
No, no, but Edie
No,
does like
but
her seafood, like her
yeah.
aguachiles of shrimp is like raw, and I'm like, no, you gotta cook
Hmm.
it with. I'm more of the cook person. She's like, no, it's raw, and it's like,
That's
no,
fine. Yeah,
that's
so
what I'm saying.
like
She likes.
Yeah, you get food poisoning a lot, don't you?
no,
No, she doesn't.
I don't.
I'll tell you what, she's my healthiest kid compared to like her
Yeah.
and Aaron. Like she was my healthiest. Yeah, exactly.
You just got done with chemo. She's your healthiest kid.
After you know what, before
Should I
cancer.
interview your son next?
No, 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 no.
Not that one.
No, but you know what I mean? Like she was definitely not my like always sick kid. Like she's not my picky eater. She wasn't like, like she was breastfed for a long time period. Like, she was a, good, strong baby girl for her to just end up. So in my mind, at one point, I was
Yeah.
like, who's lying to me about this? Like, what do you mean she has cancer? Because how do you tell me this healthy girl
Hmm.
is coming down with this now? Like,
I
how?
mean, I hate vegetables, but I still eat them. Like,
But that's what I'm saying. So she's definitely like strong. So she did come into treatment very strong. I mean, I don't know what it is, and I'll tell you because I'm sure it's not only my kid that goes, but we're talking about like all cancer patients that they come with this like strength and resilience, and one of like, dude, I don't understand. Like, she could be in bed, throwing up, crying,
oh yeah.
not being able to take it, hating her life probably, but with the biggest smile,
Smile ever. Yeah.
with her smile up, like her head up, and like,
Well, it's good being a kid.
well, yeah, that too.
You have to
But
worry about the mortgage or the
yes,
electric bill
or
or the
having to
car
worry
payment.
about, yeah, you're right. You don't have to worry about any of that. But honestly, like, yeah, she did, all the side effects she got sores, throw up, nauseous, metallic taste, hair loss. That was hard.
Oh yeah. What was the big
That
question?
was,
And I'm gonna ask because I had an episode where it was. But is that a wig? Am I allowed to ask that?
yeah,
No,
you
it's
can ask. Yeah, you can ask. It's not a
It's
wig.
not a wig. It's
oh,
extensions.
She has extensions on. So
okay.
do I.
Yeah.
We both have
She
extensions.
went
I
bald.
don't. But I lost my hair from COVID
Okay. Really?
and never grew back.
Oh yeah.
No,
I
yeah.
got extensions.
She has extensions because she still can't. So
Yes.
her hair is long. It's long. This is her hair, her natural hair. So it's growing. She has good length, but she's still not
Still
comfortable to
not
wear it
comfortable.
that way.
Yeah.
So then
Yeah,
the next
just
best thing is get extensions.
Yeah.
Get her comfortable. She was wearing wigs for a while when she was barely growing any hair, and
Even in
then
treatment, I would wear
yeah,
wigs because like the amount of like it's just so like I can't take when people are like so unserious. Like I got so mad because when I was in treatment after losing my hair, we decided to go to San Francisco. And I was just like, we went to the movies that day, and I went to the restroom, and like someone was like, "Why is this boy here?" And it's like,
oh
I
wow.
didn't wear a wig. I was bald, and I was like, dude, you really don't have no like sense of humor. Like you just want to say something out loud, right? So it's like you never know when someone's going through.
People are bullies. I think
Like
it's a bunch of. Is that like 1/10 of your family?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
But yeah, so hair loss,
Yeah, that one.
all the fun stuff, right? They say.
Did you
What?
know that? I guess we could jump back in now. So you lost your hair. Did you know you were going to lose your hair? Because I feel like these doctors didn't tell you anything.
Yeah,
Okay.
he straight up told me everything. He's like, because they were talking about food wise and everything, because like they said the metallic taste. My dad brought it up because he knows I love steak. He's like, what about medium rare steaks? And he's like, you can't have that no more. And then I said, okay, like what else is gonna happen when I'm in treatment? He's like, you're gonna lose your hair, and I was like, wow, that's lovely. Like my biggest part of me was my hair.
Yeah.
I
I
love my
said,
hair so much. I, so I was just like, okay, and then I was down because I couldn't have like my steak no more the way I like it. So it was like so much stuff that he said that I couldn't do no more. And he even said like, oh, I can't play soccer because of my port,
yeah.
because he's like, there's been so many cases where like, well, they went on a roller coaster, the port flipped, they had to fix it
Oh my
surgically.
God.
Someone, it got kicked, they kicked the ball, it broke. So we're like, okay, so soccer is out of the question now.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's the only way, like that's how I got my anger out, was just on the ball. And like knowing I can't do it, I was just so sad. So I was like, I had to stop doing a lot of things, and it really sucked so much knowing that I had to give all this up. They even said you can't go to school no more, so
Oh,
I had to do home and
Yeah.
hospital
She wasn't
oh,
in.
just for treatment though, not
Yeah,
for the whole
yeah.
6 months.
for treatment.
Well, yeah, she didn't go back to school till 10th grade. So this year, she
Sophomore
didn't
year.
go back to school
Oh,
till
wow.
this year.
Even coming back was just hard too.
That's a whole other conversation. Like going back to school after
Yeah,
treatment.
after treatment.
Losing our hair, they did tell us, so we kind of were
Well,
right? Prepare.
I
Prepared.
like I like medical shows and doctor shows, like those type of shows. So like when I see people diagnosed with cancer and they lose their hair, I just think of that, and I'm like, so I just put myself in that position as like, so I'm gonna lose my hair like people do in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we
That's
kind
right.
of
Listen, if
we
that
kind
brings you
of knew,
understanding, that's what matters most, right?
Yeah.
but it wasn't easy though.
Yeah.
Even if you
Hard.
know, I think that was hard.
One thing I was really scared is the fact that knowing it was going in the to like around my heart and everything, I had a day where I scared everyone in the whole entire house. I started screaming and crying, and they all came in and they were all holding me, and it was like I
She had
couldn't
a panic
sleep.
attack.
I had a really bad panic attack, which I don't have bad, but that day I just screamed so loud that even my grandpa, who was like confused on what's happening, he got scared. So I was just like, I couldn't sleep. I had my mom the whole time I was in treatment. I had her in my room. I was scared to go to sleep at night. I couldn't sleep without my mom. Like I was so scared to go to sleep because I keep thinking like, what if I don't wake up? Like all these what is. So I had my mom next to me all the time, and I was so
I moved
scared.
rooms.
Sorry, Dad, not sorry, but I needed my mom. I was just like so scared, and I didn't know. Like I keep thinking, what if I don't wake up? What if I don't wake up? What if I don't wake up? And like I think that was like the most hardest part for me, is the fact that I'm getting poison in my body, and it's going around my heart, and it's
It was
just like
going through your heart.
yeah, going through my heart and everything, and I'm just like thinking like the worst thing possible in my head. So I had my mom sleep next to me the whole treatment.
I think at that point it kind of hit her like, okay, this is not easy. This is not good. Like we know, understand,
Not the
right?
easy road.
It's not the easy road. It's not, you put things into perspective. And at that point, not only that, but the doctors now telling us like, side effects, what, organs it's going to affect the most, right? So for her, it was her heart and her lungs that would affect the most. Thank God, not as much as, they would have thought it would be, but I don't know. This girl's pretty strong, and she amazes me every time. And
I mean, you two are identical twins, basically.
you haven't met my sister. If you meet my sister, then you'll be like, oh yeah, that's her daughter.
Yeah,
But they've always told her.
Yeah, they thought we were sisters.
No, but they tell my sister that that's her daughter because she looks just like my sister.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, honestly, this girl beats the odds of a lot of things, and I don't know, it's their strength or wills, and that's why sometimes I'm like, I can't even complain about little things no more.
Honestly,
no.
With my nurse, she brought me closer to God. So like when I would not want to do anything, she'll like play some worship music. We're gonna worship the Lord and get this chemo going. And I think the one chemo I hate so much that messes me up all the time was this chemo. It was red chemo,
The red devil, they call
but they
it.
call it the devil's
It's
blood. And my mom was so confused on why. She's like, no, we're going to call it Jesus's blood.
mm,
But
we don't want the devil's blood.
every time they, like, the moment she just pressed down, I start throwing up. Like, I would throw up and it would take everything inside of me out so much that I couldn't hold it no more. I was just like, no, I can't. Like, I can't do this. Like, she would have to stop halfway so I
No,
could
she
take a
can't
break.
stop. She couldn't stop.
But I,
No, no,
I
she
was
couldn't
just
stop.
like, I couldn't take it.
No, she can't stop. Once they start, they start, and they can't stop.
Yeah. She
But
only
she
stopped just to
wanted
run
it.
to get a throw up bag for me. She brought me closer to God. So,
That's, whatever gets you
She
closer.
honestly had an amazing nurse. I would tell you
Yeah.
that.
I mean, that's a beautiful thing. That's
Perfect duo for sure. They're both, pretty
Alike.
outgoing and loud, and both of them are amazing
Yeah.
together. So it was nice to see. I did ask her. I was like, "How do you do it?" And her comment was, "I just know that if I had a part in her journey, then that makes her, the part that she holds." And honestly, kudos to the nurses, to the doctors, to the ones that actually care. Kudos to them because they make a
Yeah.
difference. But this journey is hard.
It was. I think one of the most hardest part was the PET scan that determines if I was a fast responder or a slow responder.
Now, that's another
And
way.
that one took, like, I prayed so much that time because they said if I was a fast responder, I will finish treatment early. But if I was a slow, I would finish at the end of the year. So that one,
That
I
was
prayed
longer.
so much. Yeah, I prayed a lot. I was just like, please, like, I'm already been through enough. I'm already taking this much in. Like, please let me finish early. So this is the part where I was in a waiting game. We were in a waiting game, and I don't know what happened. I was just so scared, and they called my mom, and
Oh yes, this is where I bully her.
yeah, they called my mom.
Oh,
And my mom looked so scared. My mom started crying. And then I was just like, what's happening? What's going on? Tell me. She gets off the phone. She's like, Adie. I was like, what? Like, I was like, what is it? Just tell me already. I already had so much bad news happen this past year. Just tell me. She's like, they said you're not a fast responder. Breaking down in tears. And then she's like, I'm just kidding. You're a fast responder. I was just like, I don't like you. Like, don't mess with me like that.
you guys have a weird sense of humor when it comes to this.
She told me, and I started breaking down in tears. And she's like, I'm just kidding. You're a fast responder. I'm like, you don't do that, bro.
I
I
did.
can't. I was like, what are you doing? And she even recorded her doing that to me. So I was just like, wow.
Hey,
So
I had to cope with it some way, right?
Yeah.
she played it off so well because I believed her. She started crying. I believed her. And I was just like, bruh, there's no way that you just played me like that. And
She doesn't even feel remorse, just so you're aware.
no, she doesn't.
You don't understand. Once you get to know Adie, you'll know she has really dark humor. So for me to do that, this girl is good. She's fine. She has really dark humor. I was like, I
I don't
can't.
have dark humor. She calls it dark humor because every time I'm on TikTok and she watches my page, she sees someone getting injured and I just start laughing.
No, but
Oh, you're
even
one of
beyond
those.
that, that was interesting too. The whole waiting to see if they respond fast or not. That's nerve wracking, actually.
Well-
I don't even remember, to be honest, till she brought it up. Right, it's so crazy how your mind works, right? Like it suppresses so many things in your emotions. But yeah, hearing that is like, yeah, that waiting was interesting. We left on a family vacation because we were like, we gotta go do something. Like we
We
can't
went
just.
to San Francisco and then we went straight to Vegas.
Oh, you're gambling now.
No, she's not legal to gamble yet. Don't move, Adie. Yeah.
So it was fun.
And this is all in the same 6 months, so it was during treatment that you have the PET scan. They
So
find out
after
that
the first round,
Mhm.
they do a PET scan to see how her body's responding to chemo. So this is after like the third session that you get.
I don't trust you with numbers. But
yeah, I don't
Fair
either.
enough. Fair enough. It's okay. I don't trust myself with numbers either.
so like a third the way through, they want to see if it's working, and then probably determine.
Redirect the treatment if needed, or yeah. So at that point, yeah. So then her treatment, she's fast responder, which That's why her treatment was a lot shorter than she still had to finish it no matter what, but she finished, rang the bell, right? That in itself was
And it was literally the day before my tia Karen's birthday, her sister.
Why do you guys really do have a day on birthday chart for everyone?
yes. Yes. I'm telling you, it's like she got her lymph node removed the day before my birthday,
Yeah.
and then she rang the bell
The day before
the day
my
before my
auntie's.
sister's birthday.
Mhm.
So now she shares birthdays because now she has two birthdays, right?
Yeah.
Now she has her rebirth, and then she has her original birthday, so she gets two birthdays in 1 year. So
And she loves that.
every bit of it.
I think we went. What was the place called?
Oh, good luck, girl. I can barely remember.
It's like Benihana's. We went there.
We went to celebrate her 1 year because she's bougie.
Fun. She's bougie.
It was fun though. It was really good.
That's all right. So now you left out a part, like the most important part about this.
Yes.
How did she get her dog?
How did I get my dog?
After that.
After that. So that same day we found out my diagnosis after the biopsy, we went all the way to Rialto because she found these dogs. So I fell in love with all of them, but the two ones I fell in love with happens to be brothers and sisters, and I have a brother, so I'm like, they're two dogs, you have two kids,
and the guilt.
I was like, and like
they're
I
both
need
going
emotion.
through it.
We're both going through it. We need them. So now my mom, she got convinced and she gave me the dogs. And the sucky part, I couldn't even take care of them because I couldn't get scratched or bit or be anywhere near a dog. So I was so sad. I saw them from afar.
Yeah, she couldn't. So she has
two. What type of dogs?
They're Yorkies.
Yorkies / Pomeranian.
They're tiny dogs.
Yeah, they're scratchy little suckers.
Yeah, they are.
And she couldn't be near them. So then I was like, why do you want a dog? To have. You can't even be near them. Well, she got dogs. Now she has two.
Stella and Rex.
She has two puppies. And yeah, at that point, you know what? She can get whatever she wants.
Yeah.
I didn't even question it.
5.
Yeah. She can. No, I don't know about 5, but it's fine. I'm not. I tell them as long as they take care of them. But honestly, like that in itself was a whole relief, right? Because she had a full panic attack, anxiety again, and she saw her puppies, met the puppies, and she came home with puppies, and it was like a whole other.
We had to go dog shopping,
and she went dog shopping and food shopping, and that's how she got puppies because she came in. That's her dark humor. I'm gonna die if you don't get the puppies, and of course I'm over here with the news in the back of my head, like, girl, they just told me you do have cancer, and you're over here telling me you're gonna die. Like,
I didn't know.
Well,
so I saw her reaction. I was like, "Damn, I must have."
Have you changed your favorite slogan, saying, or you still say it?
I still say it.
Okay, yeah, dark humor.
It's because it's funny. It's like that's me. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna die if I don't get
It
it.
shouldn't change because of cancer.
yeah,
It should only create something even greater for you. So don't change things. So did you guys during this 6 months how did you and your husband handle it?
You know what? I think that this weighs so heavy, and I'm speaking for myself, of course, right? Like, you're talking about now we're navigating not only her treatment, but we have a house, right? We have bills that don't stop, both work that needs to get completed, right? Or we need to attend. I took leave for the first 6 weeks of her treatment, and then of course it runs out, and of course the demands of life, it's like you gotta go back to life, nothing waits. So then we can't afford to lose our job because then guess what is paying her treatment? It's our insurance, right? So it's kind of like you don't get that. Honestly, I would say that it's the hardest. It weighs heavy on a marriage and just your family in itself because we're talking about that this is Aaron's my son, right? So this is his senior year. This is his, last year to school. So mind you, he was put on the back end because we couldn't really focus on it. And even then, I always made time to make sure to check up on him. And for us, well, we don't have time for any of this because we both have to either one's in treatment, one's in not, which by the grace of God, we were both able to be there for the most part to all the treatment and everything, which was nice to kind of have that time to be there with her. Is it easy? No. Is it hard to watch? Definitely. Did I yell and cry in between inside of me? Yes. Did I wish to? I would tell her, if I can just take it away from me, I would. If I can endure the pain, I would. If I can, and this is me talking, right? I can only imagine dad, because dad don't say nothing,
Oh
right?
no, he
Dads
doesn't talk.
don't,
Men don't have feelings.
not even about feelings, but they do have to hold it down, right? Like in a sense of like they have so much more worries, and they're worried about wife, kids, home, and God knows what else, but you think about all that. So, I mean, I think relationships are put on a hold. The guilt is there for sure, either way, because whether we're with her or we're not, then we didn't do much, right? With my son, we weren't as present, so one of us had to be here and there. Um, we didn't get to enjoy. So it's like it robs you from so many different things, that even just from being present at times, because you're in like this flight and fight mode, right? So now we're looking at what's her next treatment? How are we going to navigate? How are we going to get there? Our bills paid, are, luckily for me, I have an amazing company that I work for, that they were able to work with me. So I was able to work from home
Oh, that's good.
throughout her whole treatment and like her care.
She works with numbers too, by the way.
No.
Hey, you see what I mean? She's a bully herself.
She works with numbers.
I'm really good at it. It's just this subject is touchy for me, and a lot of it is still kind of in the fogs of it, to be fair. Like, you know what? I've learned that it's so, like, on a personal, like, self, like, journey myself, like, I didn't get to grieve any of it. I didn't get to feel any of it. That even now, a year later, I find myself feeling and reliving it, in a sense, like little things that is like you don't even think about, like, oh shoot, I didn't even, what was I doing at this point? And it's like I was trying to survive. I was surviving with her. I was trying to make sure that she was the best that she could. So then, even then, it's like, were you a wife? Were you a sister? Were you a mom? Were you, like, all that's a blur.
You don't really. I never. I always say you can't play the what ifs and questions how things happen, because obviously you have a strong family. I mean, you have a lot of it.
Trust me.
And
A lot.
yeah, we always could play this game, because I know firsthand, like, what if, what did I do? What if I would have done this? What if we would have taken more of a proactive, like, with the first doctor, or didn't do this? But, like, you guys did what parents do. And I think you should honor that too, because you went into fight or flight mode. Who and what you are really does become second. And it's not not thinking about yourself. It's your priority as being a mother is your children first. And I think a father and a mother together go, we should be able to survive this. First comes the kids. And I don't think that's a wrong process. I think it's a hard process, but I don't think you should ever question it, because you did bring this lovely bully into the world. And, she, your job, until you kick her out. Well, you don't kick anyone out. It's your job until,
That's in debate, whether we
what?
kick someone out or not.
Yeah.
Debatable.
Yeah. I'm not even going to ask how many people actually live in the house.
It's not that many. It's only, I'm going to tell you,
My dad, my mom, my brother, my grandpa, my auntie, my uncle, and their son.
7.
Yeah.
7. Oh, you're like 7. And 2 dogs.
7. And then
That's it.
my cousins, if they sleep over.
Every other day.
Every other day.
No, that's not true.
No.
But yeah, it strains. It's heavy, but honestly, like you said, it doesn't matter what. We're put in this journey without wanting to be put. No one asked us, and no one asked our opinion. We wanted to be a part of it, but we were thrown in it, and I think you make the best of it in what you can. Once you go through it, after, it's kind of like you sit back and reflect and everything. You're like, oh, nah, that was tough. But you don't have time. I'll tell you what, as a parent, I didn't have time for nothing, to grieve, to cry, like just that one little escape that I was able to like leave. And that was because I had a full on like anxiety attack. Like I just needed to run away from her, to not see me break down, right? That was really what it was. Like I didn't want anyone else to worry about me. I wanted them, like she had enough to deal with, to, go through, know what she was going to be going through, all that for me was like, I just need to get away and recenter myself and come back and fight this, and be the best. And that's all I did. Honestly, I just needed to run. So then I developed learn how to run because that was a good way for me to escape and like, you know, not escape the reality, but it's more of like you feel that physical pain that you kind of just recenter, and then obviously all the good things that your body reproduces, right? In a sense
I
of
love
like
how you said
relief.
that with so much hate in your face. You,
I did because I never thought I would love to run, and now it's like my to go. Like now it's like my sense of like if I have a lot going on, just go for a run, and I come back and it's like I'm ready to attack. I'm ready to go for it. I'm ready to throw on the battle. I got
that's,
it.
that's a good thing. So I want to touch at least and give you like the chance to at least let others know. You guys found like kind of your purpose and your passion and your mission from
Yes.
going through this with Adie. Do you want to tell us how, what it is, how it became, and what it is?
I do. I would love to share that. Actually, so a little background behind it before all of it. I've always been about, I'm a big believer that it takes one person to change someone's life, for one person to care. So my background in school, all of it is psychology. So I've always wanted to do, so I was working towards my degree in forensic psychology because I wanted to work within the system to help the kids that are in the system or in the juvenile system or just anywhere because like I said, I'm a big believer that it takes one person, right? And all these teenagers or kids need is someone that cares and can change, the way their life goes. Um, so when 80 was in the midst of this journey, the biggest thing that stood out to me was that there is a lot of amazing organization. There's a lot of nonprofit. There's a lot of companies. There's a lot of people that reach out, which thankfully, thanks to their great hearts, it does make here things easy for a lot of us that are fighting this within this battle. So they're amazing. But the one thing that I never really saw was that there was a lot of teen friendly things. So there was a lot of events that we would be invited to, but they were kind of like, for the younger kids. There was a
Like,
lot of like, yeah, like from the foundations that they would have like events. Oh, so and so is having this event. They have a treasure box, so after treatment, they get to go and get a gift. There was nothing friendly that was like teenager, right?
Only
So 80
snacks.
always kind of skipped through that because she's like, what do I need these toys? She'll come home back and forth, like I think maybe like a couple times for her little cousin, and
Free
brought
toys.
free toy, brought him a toy. So I noticed that they're too old for the littles, but they're still not old enough for the adults. So they're kind of like
don't, don't
it's
get to it.
Don't get to it. Teenagers.
but it'd be nice. It'd be
It
nice
would be
if,
great.
if if an adult would be like, "Hey, I see you." Like we're talking about like now we're getting to mental health aspect, right? Because what is the one thing that they feel or them in this fight is they're alone. Obviously their self-esteem goes down. We're talking about changes. We're not only talking about physical changes, we're talking about mental changes, right? Everything that goes by. So then I kind of picked that up, and I had one organization that kind of like threw a Q&A in Instagram and was like, what would you guys like to see more? And I was like, how about you guys have more teen friendly stuff? And they actually took me up for it, and they did like a teen over takeover, and they kind of like brought them, invited like a couple teenagers over. So it was nice to see that they were listening, right? But so in the midst of this, Faith in the Fight was born because we were able to. I see that there's a gap, for our teens. So they're kind of like the forgotten group. I don't want to say like forgotten, but forgotten because they don't really have much things for them.
Mhm.
So I just thought that it would be nice to, have different things for them, whether it's a journal, whether it's a gift card to Starbucks, right? Like our teenager girls, what do they like? A coffee, a Stanley, something that is
Makeup.
teen friendly. They deserve it just as much as everyone else that's battling, right?
Puppies. What? And
Puppies, yes. I can't give puppies to everyone. I wish I could. Um, so Faith in the Fight was born so that we are here to, pretty much support that aspect of it and be able to cater to our teenagers, and young adults because, like I said, they're either too little for the little. I mean, sorry, too old for the littles or too little for the olders. That they tend to be forgotten and not or overseen, maybe not forgotten, but overseen because they probably, and assuming, right, that it's one of those things where they're kind of like, ah, they're older, they understand.
And
You know,
also, they can get on their phone. They can pass three,
exactly.
4 hours, 6 hours sitting in a chair.
And they'll be fine, scrolling through their phones. But in reality, it's like, no, you get bored of so many sessions you have where they're just kind of sitting in that chair and scrolling through TikTok. So that is where I identified that there was a need for us to target that population. So then I switched the course of my degree to
Oh,
now more clinical. So I wasn't gonna get fully licensed to become a psychologist, but now I am gonna go fully so that I can bring that into
well, you
phase.
graduated,
I
so you
did.
are.
I got my
Her
master's,
master's. She
but
wants to
I'm
go
not
for a
licensed.
doctor.
Oh,
Not
now
licensed
you
yet.
have to go for the next part.
Yes, and I want to go back. And I was motivated to go back and
I
be
think it's
licensed.
beautiful.
Yeah, so that I can be able to actually practice, but be able to develop some kind of workshops that will help our teens, um, you know, learn to cope with the situation because we can't remove it. Unfortunately, we just can't. I wish we had a magic wand and be like, hey,
Bibbidi
no one's
bobbidi
gonna
boo.
have it. This cancer thing is gonna go away for everybody, but that's unrealistic. I do think that it's important to find ways for them to learn to cope with their current situation. I'm a big believer, obviously, in flashing that light into that mental health aspect of it. Like I said, I do think that her age specifically, it's harder just because they are hearing, you know, cancer, and in their mind, it's like cancer. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna this, and it's like, oh, let's tone it down. Let's bring it down. So now they're hearing and they're processing. So now as a parent, you're not only dealing with, the side effects, the physical. Like everyone knows cancer. Everyone knows side effects. Everyone knows treatment. But like, how many really know what goes behind the scenes as far as like their mental health?
No, first, unfortunately, the first and foremost thing that hospitals are looking for is just to save the patient's life.
Yeah.
I mean, that's key.
Yeah. Very true.
Yeah, but I know that they do more. I know that they provide those services now more than they ever did before. But it also doesn't sound like they're probably proactive and probably talking to everyone to really mentally, physically understand their patient. I like this concept because there is a gap. Are you guys doing it where you go in and you meet with, these young adults, we'll call them?
Well, teenage to young adults.
Little
So right
teens?
now, what we're doing is we pretty much have like we have our website. So on our website, they'll contact us. We'll send an application just to kind of get to know them. We do care packages right now, so just send them something that's more specific to their wants and needs
So it's
versus.
for a kid, not like for a hospital, like having
No,
supplies for
we
them to get.
donate. No, we donate. So we do the care packages, which is more of a individual, but we do it as a wholesome. So we don't just take care of the warrior. So we'll send a package that has a gift for the warrior, that has a gift for the sibling, if they have a sibling, and then for the parents. So whether it's a journal and like, a gift card to a gas card or groceries, and then I kind of just send them like a gift card to get coffee because in the mid, like I said, for me, mental health is strong. So for me, it's like I tell the mom, like, hey, go get coffee and,
Yeah.
take time for yourself because that's how you recharge to come back and, be there for your kid. Or, hey, here's a journal or a book, just whatever it is, little things that we can give. But we also collect items. So we just set aside or like a bin, like those big Costco bins, and we fill it up with whatever teen friendly things you can think of, whether it's books, video games, um, art supplies, craft stuff, whatever you can think of that teens will like, we will put in that box and we donate those to hospitals. Have something, or young adults, have something to pick from aside from little kids' toys or coloring books. There's coloring books, but for like older teenagers that like those stuff. Um, so we do that, and then we have also sponsored like a day of joy. So we try to, if obviously they are able to, we either send them to like a theme park and try to pay for everything, or, you know, as much as we can, because we know that obviously as a family coming from it, our resources was very limited. And sometimes all we wanted to do is just give them like a day of happiness, right? Which is not going to take away from what they're going through, but at least it's going to let them remember that at that point, like they're teenagers, like they matter and we see them. So we've sent like a family to the zoo and kind of just cover all expenses. Yeah. So we try to I honestly we're brand new. We're just starting. There's a lot of like things that I'm still learning and that navigating. I love feedback. I love to know what our teams are looking for, what they want, what they need. That is important to me, right? Because that's the whole purpose of Faith in the Fight is to meet those needs of this age group because we want them to know that they don't fight alone, that we are here with them, right? That we are here whether it's like a hike and we all just kind of like rage about, how shitty cancer is. Cool.
Yeah.
You know what I
Very
mean?
true.
Like it's just a matter of what a teens like. We're talking about hormones are high, um, friendships are gone. If they have a boyfriend or girlfriend, they're gone, right? Image is changing. So those things are hard to navigate by yourself. But if you do it with other people, like have gone through it or know what you feel, then I think it makes things easier. Eventually, I want to expand it and hopefully, make it bigger into other things to bring along. But right now, that's what we do and cater to our teenies.
I think it's great. And honestly, if you ever need help, I consult. Weirdly, I've consulted with almost everyone I've talked to now to help them build their businesses out. What? A priest?
You can help with numbers too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what? You see? I told you she's a bully.
If it's not gonna be me, it's gonna be my dad.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
just
I'll have to come on the next podcast.